Ooh, yeah. I created this show to simply give advice to my children and my children's children. When I pass away, there's not going to be a lot of pictures of me. I don't like taking pictures, so there's not going to be a lot of pictures on the wall. And even if there was some pictures on the wall, I don't want my grandkids to look at it and wonder what I'm like and wonder what my thoughts are and wonder. I don't want them to wonder about me. I want to give it all raw right here in this day and age before they're born, and let them know how it is, in my time in 2019, starting off. And I want to give it to them how I'm feeling with each year. They can see what month, they can see what date, they can see everything. They can have a back catalog and go through it all and see exactly what their grandpa was like, or their great grandpa, whatever. So that's what this is for. Laberus is Larry Bernard Russell. That's my name. The acronym for Laberus is Loving All Beings Equals Rest Under the Sun. Now, that is something that I strive for. That is something that I go through. It's not a religion. It's like my way of life. It's the way of my life, the way that I view the world, the way that I want the world to be. So, if you want something bad enough, you got to kind of create your world inside of that world until it spreads out. So maybe you guys could come my Laberus community if you feel the same way that I do. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to. But I'm going to keep on doing this forever until I'm gone. I'm going to always talk about Laberus everything, Laberus TV, Laberus everything. So that's just the way I'm living. And to start the show off, so the topic today is you can only count on you. Now, to break this down in its simplest form is to be using examples. So, first example, my brother told my son to pump the basketball up. Okay? My son stuck the needle in the basketball and broke the needle inside the basketball. That's the simplest term. You can only count on you. If he would have did it, he wouldn't have broke it, and we would have been playing basketball. But we didn't, because he gave that task to somebody else that was unqualified to do it, because my son don't know what he's doing when it comes to that. So there you have it. I'm done. All right, peace. No, I'm just playing. So anyway, so you can only count on you, man. When you get sick, do you cough and someone next to you coughs immediately? When you sneeze and when you're going through pain, do they go through that pain right there with you? When you're happy as hell, is everybody else happy with you? No, it's just you. That's your happiness. So you got to remember, you can create everything about you. Your situation can be changed if you change the situation, if you change the outlook on the situation. Sometimes you have to look from a different point of view. You have to look from the outside in. When I think about my problems, I think coming from the outside in, say if I'm arguing, right? Say if I'm arguing with my girl, and she's doing the emotional stuff that women do. And I'm not just saying, I'm not being sexist here. Women are emotional. That's a fact. And you can't argue that. So she's doing emotional stuff that women do. And I'm like, being a man, logical, like, this makes no sense at all. This is completely useless. Why are we talking like this? Doesn't make any sense. But coming from the outside in, all she wants me to do is say two things. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about anything. Problem solved. Now, in that moment, though, you won't think that. In that moment, you're going to argue back with her. You're going to make this thing go on so long because you, as a logical thinker, you want other people to be logical thought thinkers too. So you want to make her understand what you're talking about. The problem is, if she's emotional and you did something emotionally wrong to her, she wants you to understand her emotion. That's it. She doesn't even need an apology. She just say, it's okay. I understand. That's it. Don't worry about it. Simple things like that. Three, they just want 2-word sentences, 3-word sentences. Now, if you women out there can argue it and really be honest with yourself and tell me that's not what you want, then okay, I'll listen to it. But from my past experiences, my current experiences, and whatever, With women, I understand. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be okay. Three things, most. Three things. Now, with men, we want to talk it out. We want you to understand and we want you to think about stuff sometimes, you know? Just think about it. So, with that being said, I'm getting off on a tangent. I'm going to make that another video, the relationship between men and women, the relationship between males and females, because not everything is the same. And I'm going to break all that down in a future video. So stay tuned. And matter of fact, if you like this video, you like where I'm going right now, go ahead and thumbs up, man. It's just simple. It's simple. Just press the thumbs up. That's all I ask for. I'm not asking you for money or anything. I'm not asking you to support me or nothing. I just want you to just thumbs up one time. That's free. You don't even got to... You know what I mean? That's not hurting nothing at all. But anyway, you can only count on you. So, you're in a situation. You can do the smart thing, which is stop the situation from escalating, or you could do the prideful thing. The prideful thing sometimes will get you in a jam. It'll lead to a lot of things being prideful. But you got to have pride inside, right? So how do you balance the two? I don't have the answer. If you was expecting an answer for that, I'm sorry I don't have an answer. But the way I balance the two is, I just know in myself that I'm the king and I'm the man. I'm the man and I'm the king and I'm the ruler of my universe. You understand what I'm saying? I see, my movie is seen out of my eyes. So whatever I look out of my eyes, this is my movie. And I portray, I can bring the outcome of my movie. You understand? So if I'm in a movie, say this for instance, I'm at work. Who the fuck likes work? Nobody likes work. So I'm feeling like shit one day or so. And it's like, you know, but that's part of my movie. Part of my movie is to feel so bad about something that when I get another chance to escape that something, I won't screw it up. Now you could put that template into a lot of things inside of your own life. We all got chances. And we fuck them up to understand what not to fuck up in the future. You understand? Good. I'm glad you're following along. So you can only count on you. But don't be mad that you're in a situation. The situation is for learning. It's a learning experience. Now, how you overcome that situation and triumph, that's totally up to you. But you can't count on anybody else to do it. And let's go back to relationships for a second. Say the woman you're in love with is no longer in love with you. She wants out of the relationship. Are you supposed to beat yourself up and think about doing something bad to her or to you or, you know what I mean, or hurting somebody? It's okay to feel that way, but don't act on it because those are your actions. So you can't blame someone else for your actions. If something goes down and you do something stupid, that's totally on you. The judge ain't going to say, oh, she made you mad. Well, yeah, that's kind of her fault. No, it's your fault because you are the sole proprietor of yourself. You are your own business. Whatever failings you do, whatever successes you do, that's up to you. That's you. And you know, some people will take, what's the word I'm looking for? Some people will take, like, I forgot the fucking word. I don't know. Sometimes I get brain dead sometimes. But anyway, gotta drink more water, right? That's what I said. You know, you gotta drink more water. I haven't drunk too much water again. All right, some people will take acknowledgement for your good doings. I had somebody help me. They took me to LA. I went to LA. Then I seen all the stuff that I could buy and resell, right? They said the only way I became successful is because they took me to LA. Really? I like to argue that, right? So how the fuck are you responsible for taking me to LA when I'm the man that talked to you in the first place? I opened my mouth and said, what's up to you? And became your friend. I let you inside my world. I put you inside my world. So anything that I do, great or small, I did that. And that's the kind of brain and mindset you got to have out here. You got to take ownership for the good and for the bad. You understand? You can only count on you. Now let me tell you how I start these episodes and how I think of these episodes. It's usually at nighttime. Like right now, it's nighttime. I'm tired. I worked all day. And then I'll post it on the next day's morning, or I'll save the video or something and post them in the morning, so you could get up and wake up to something and to think about throughout your day. Because you don't need to go to sleep on me. I don't want you to go to sleep on me. I don't want you watching this at nighttime, going to sleep, waking up, and then you forgot all the shit I told you. So you need to hear this in the morning, so I do it at nighttime. Now, I'm not writing anything down. This is all fresh. This is like a freestyle thing. So sometimes it'll take a little time to get to the points I'm trying to make. But you got to bear with me. And while you're bearing with me and listening to me, press the thumbs up button. I'm trying to grow this channel to be really big, man. Laberus way of living is great, but you have to have the understanding that peace will never be promised. Do you understand? And the reason why it will never be promised, because we can't control the other person's greed. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope so. If you didn't, rewind it. Now, loving all beings equals rest under the sun. That's not for everyone. That's for you. And that's for you, the people who believe in that statement. So for me, I'm fine. I understand it. I see people arguing with people all the time, and I'm like, how did this get there? How did it go there? Because they're not living the Laberus way. The Laberus way is just, you can only count on you. You know what I mean? It's you are what you eat. It's we are brothers. All these topics that I'm bringing to you is the Laberus way of living. That's how you have to live. You have to live with certain understanding that it's not worth it. The turmoil is never worth it. So if you understand the turmoil is never worth it and love is really worth it, then you could understand other people's perspectives. So if somebody doesn't want to deal with you, or somebody did something wrong to you, then just understand their perspective. They wasn't raised right. They had a bad upbringing. It's all kind of excuses, right? And it's really not excuses, because people only act the way their environment created and molded them to act until they have a better understanding. So until they have a better understanding, they're going to count on everybody else to teach them things. But what I'm telling you is, listening to me, you will have the understanding that you can only count on you. Now, I know it might get tricky, the wordplay, because you got to kind of dig deeper into what I'm saying. We're all lost until we're found. It took me up to when I was 27 to finally start understanding myself, to be sober and live with myself, to read, to get educated. Now, the young people are not going to do that immediately. They're going to have to go downhill until they finally do it. But like I said, I'm doing this for my kids and my grandkids, and hopefully you guys won't have to go through any of this type of stuff. I'm trying to set up something for you so you'll be taken care of. But these are still basic statements that you can live with throughout the rest of your life. See, when you take pride, when you take accountability for your actions, things start to get a lot easier. It makes you think before you act. A lot of times we just do shit because, oh well, who cares? I mean, whatever. And that's not smart. You should care, because you only get one life. And when you die, that doesn't mean the person that did you wrong is going to die. They're still going to be here. So instead of worrying about what someone else is doing, you need to worry about yourself. It's hard. It's hard to eat right. It's hard to live on the right path when someone around you isn't doing it. But you got to count on yourself to do it. You know how hard it is for me to eat lunch every day with my girl, and she's eating some chicken or something, and I'm like, one day she'll be better. I'm going to inspire her to be better. But for now, I got to continue to be the best me that I could be. So I got to take it. I got to take responsibility. I got to take accountability for my own actions. If something goes wrong that I'm involved with and that I'm going to be held responsible for, then I got to take accountability for doing what I was supposed to do or not doing what I was supposed to. So, with that being said, you guys, you can only count on you. It's really it's difficult to just freestyle something like this without implicating other people that I personally know and telling their stories and then giving more detailed examples. But this thing gets really, really deep. You know, it gets really deep. And sometimes lives are lost by counting on someone else to do the right thing. And when you put responsibility in other people's hands, 9 times out of 10, they're going to fail. And it's not because they want to fail. It's because nobody is going to do what you want done the way you want it done. You understand? Nobody's going to do it the way you want it done. They'll try, but most of the time they'll fail because they just got their own minds. So if it's something important to you, and it's something, why you messing with me when I'm recording? Why you even open the door? And that's the type of shit I'm talking about, you guys. Like, you can only count on you. So it's my fault, it's my responsibility for not locking the outer door so nobody can interrupt me. And that's just how it happens. So you see that live and direct. You can only count on you. But I do want some food, though. No, you better make my food.
You can count on you. Only count on you.
Nah, yeah, I guess I got to count on myself. Yep, all right. Yeah, all right. You got me. You got me. All right. So, yeah, that's how it is. You know, she funny, man. She funny. But anyway, that's how it is, man. You can only count on you. All right? Peace.